Okay, so this is going to be part 3 of this video. The first part was an introduction. The second part was basically just how to open a program. This is where we left off here. And in this part of the program, I just want to do an introduction to the inputs and outputs. So if you go over here to the left and you go down to the bottom, there's a tab called Devices Tree. And that is going to give you all the devices that are currently on board, just native to the M241. And at the top here, as you can see, we're going to see digital inputs, digital outputs, and just to show a quick tutorial on addressing, we're going to start with inputs here. So we're going to open up the inputs. These are, again, just the inputs that come on board on the actual PLC. Now, you can use this address here if you want to do it that way, or you could actually make declarations, and the way that you do that, I'm just going to call it input 0. But you could call it essentially whatever you want. You know, if it's a limit switch or a push button or a photo eye or some other such device in the field that you would like to make a declaration for, just to make it easier for you to follow your own program, you're going to want to put those here. And then you could name them whatever you want to name them, obviously, and you get 16 of them, I believe, on this PLC here. Obviously, some of them are fast input here, and I don't 100% know. I would have to look at what fast input means. Or you can go with the regular input, and that is irrelevant for what we're doing. So I'm going to come back over here. Now we're going to go to outputs. Now I'll be 100% honest with you. I struggled with this a little bit when I first started to get in here, because I ran into this issue here where, wait a second, I couldn't change the name of it. And I discovered that if you come up here and you delete that name, then it will allow you to make declarations. I'm not 100% sure why that is, but it is, just to make your life easier. That is how you do that. So I'm going to, just like I did on the inputs, name these outputs 1 and 0, you know, in relative to their actual output. So you could also, again, with the inputs, you can address them with this value right here, or you could use the declaration. I find personally it's easier to use the declaration, and easier for anyone following your program to use the declarations rather than the actual address itself, because in my experience, if you use the address itself, now you have to get the schematic if you have it, and you're going to have to follow through the program looking at the schematic, and it just makes it a little more difficult. So I would highly recommend making declarations that reference whatever field device your inputs or outputs are actually going to be controlled by or controlling. So this video was going to be short. It was just to show declarations for inputs and outputs, and I will see you on the next video.